Hey all, welcome to Rachel Ellis Reads. I'm Rachel, this is my lioness Miko, and today we're talking about Tomi Adeyemi's Children of Blood and Bone. Children of Blood and Bone has received a lot of hype recently and has just been named as the first book in Jimmy Fallon's Summer Book Club, which is super exciting for the author given she's only 24. So I thought it was the perfect time to do a review. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi is set in a world inspired by West African legend and myth. Years ago, insecure Mr. King went and killed all of the magic users and severed their connection with magic. Children came into their magic at a certain age, so they were spared. They are known as diviners and have distinctive white hair. They're also known as maggots, so they are the low class effectively. This book follows 3 point of views. The main one is Zaylee, who is a diviner, and it follows them as they try to get magic back into the world. For this one, I have 3 major points, and my first point is magic. I really loved the system of magic in this book. There are 10 different kinds of magic. I feel like it was handled really well, and the magic wasn't just normal magic that you could come across in any book. It wasn't very prolific in this book. It was used a bit, but I'm really excited to see where it goes in the next book. I also particularly liked that there was an actual source. In a lot of books you find that people have magic just because, and I mean that's fine, some things are just because, but it was cool to see how magic could be taken away because it actually had a source. Number 2, the characters. This one I kind of have 2 sides of, so let's go with 2A. So I really loved that the characters had solid backstories. You could understand why they are who they are and why they're making some of the decisions that they're making. I actually particularly liked this for our main baddie. It didn't justify what he was doing in genocide effectively, but it made you understand how he might have gotten to that point and have the thought process that he has, and I really enjoyed that. All of the characters had it, and it just made them feel a little more 3D. To be or not to be. On the other side of the characters is I did find them a little bit inconsistent. There was one character in particular, who I'm not going to name, that really flip-flopped. They had very strong beliefs one second, and the next second it was on the other side of things, and then it was back again. I just found that, I'm not going to say annoying, it wasn't annoying, but it was inconsistent. And this book is only over about a month period, so for someone to flip-flop that quickly in that amount of time is a little bit weird. There was also a little bit of insta-love. I love me a little bit of insta-romance. People have insta-romance. But this, if you read it, was just a little bit much. Number 3, the world building. I really loved that this is based on something different. There are a lot of books that are based on Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Norse mythology. We all know a lot about those things, but West African mythology and legend isn't something that a lot of people know about. Some of you might, I definitely don't. So I can't say if it was well adapted from that or not, but I loved the way that each place was so different, so well described and not over described. I really felt like I was there with the smells and the sounds, but I didn't find at any point that I wish it would stop. Tomi Adeyemi also includes the use of what I assume are kind of mythical creatures. She uses big cats a lot, and I think they're supposed to be like giant cats, and you can totally ride them, which is a bit cool. I can't ride my lioness though. Side note, in Holly Black's The Cruel Prince, they ride around on giant toads, and I actually had a big problem with it. I thought it was a bit out there, a little too much for me, but it worked really well in this book. I just want a giant snow leopard. Overall, I did really enjoy this book, minus those few character issues I had with, which will be interesting to see if they resolve themselves in the next book. But for this one, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. There was another piece that I wanted to add to the end of this review, and that is that this is an own voices book. I was just watching an interview with Tomi Adeyemi and Sabataya, and they mentioned that quite a lot, what this means to people when they can read books that have characters and gods and things like that that look like them. Now obviously I am not in this group of people for this book, but I think that it's really important for me to support these books, to review these books, to share them and to recommend them. I think this is a great own voices book, and I think that everybody should be reading it. I feel like this is a really important read, not only for people who are represented by the people in this book, but also for people like me. There is so much diversity in the world, and there is definitely a skew, particularly in YA fantasy, towards a European or white American point of view. And I think it's really important for people in that group to see that heroes and heroines aren't just white Europeans. They can be from anywhere, they can be anyone. And I think this is a great book that passes along that message. So do yourself a favor, pick up Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. It's a really, really great book. If you liked this video, please subscribe, hit the like button too, smash it, smash that like button. Actually, I think you can only hit it once, so don't smash it, maybe just click it. Just click it gently. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and reviewing on GOODREADS. I'd love if you'd hit me up over there as well. But for now, go read some diverse fiction. And don't forget to laugh at yourself. See you later. Who's my little lioness? Who's my little lioness?